Tom, how did you pull up after the first round?
Yeah, not too bad. It was definitely nice to be back out there, and a few sore spots in what were trying conditions on the weekend, but no, the body's good.
Must feel good. I think first time the club's been 3-zip in 13 years. Must be good to be a part of.
Yeah, I did hear that stat before. That's a long time to be 3-zipping it, but it's good. It's a good position to be in, but at the same time, it's early days in what's a marathon of a season, and we're all about continual improvement, and so far so good.
You've been here a long time, Scotty. What's different about this year that you're able to go 3-zip? It seems like there's just something slightly different. What is that?
Oh, it's a tough question to give you an answer, to be honest. You can't really compare seasons. There's been a lot of change here over the off-season. We've had a good summer together. We've had a clear focus over the pre-season on a lot of our competitiveness and elite standards, which we've been driving really well as a team. Whether that's carried into games, maybe it has, and that's been a reflection of our good start.
How concerning was it that first quarter when you were 21 or 22 to zip down and just struggling to get into the game a little bit?
It wasn't the best start, was it? It's not ideal to be playing on your home deck and let the opposition get the jump on you, but as a group we were really calm. We knew if we got ourselves back in the game with the areas we pride ourselves on, that the result would look after itself, and we did regroup at quarter time. The coach was calm and clear with his messaging towards the players, and we rectified a few areas after quarter time, and I felt after the end of the first quarter we probably controlled the rest of the game.
Is that a good sign? It's not easy to move when things are going your way. That's one thing, but to fight back within a game? Yeah, and you can go through any match and never for a whole of 4 quarters do you control the momentum of the game, and we experienced that in the first quarter on the weekend, and perfect world you get the jump on the opposition, but that wasn't the case on Saturday. So going forward, you look to little areas you might be able to improve on your starts. Our starts have actually been quite good, but to come in at quarter time nice and calm as a group and get the ball rolling our way from the start of the second quarter was pleasing.
What did you make of Paddy Dangerfield's treatment on the field that day?
It's part and parcel of the game, I think. As a player out there, a lot of it happens behind the play as well, so you don't see too much of it, and Paddy's a big boy, but as a group, we can look after him as well.
Scott, is that what you need to focus on in the next couple of weeks? If that attention comes again, you've got to put the blocks in, the little bumps, the tackles, all that stuff. Do you have to protect him better, do you think?
Yeah, within the rules. Do we make it a focus, or will the opposition target him? I'm not sure. But at the same time, we've got to focus on playing the game, and if you get sidetracked and getting caught up in that sort of stuff too much, it takes away from what you're trying to do as a group. Can we help him? Yes, we can, but within the rules.
So that's a pretty clear sort of directive from Phil in terms of keeping focus on the game and not trying to get too carried away with making opposition players accountable for their actions?
Yeah, look, you definitely want to fly the flag for the club, there's no doubt about that, but like I touched on before, if you make that too much of a focus, you go away from doing what you want to do.
Do you think it was just more of a focus because it was Bernie? Do you think that stuff goes on, but just because he's a performer? Yeah, and the thing is, Bernie's got a lot of close mates here, and he does enjoy playing against the Crows still. He always plays on edge, and on the weekend was no different, and I think he still wants to be here. He did kick the ball our direction at one point.
He's pretty good on the left.
He's always been good on the left, Bern.
Sorry, you go, Steve.
I was just going to say, having said that, it's the first time the Crows players have been in a bit of a melee for many years. Is that, can we read anything into that? Is that a sign of a new spirit or more? I don't know,
but I'm tipping a few boys will be a bit lighter in the pocket, so if you want to throw a few bucks in a hat, I'll take it out to the fellas.
I think more aggressive this year, do you think? Or?
More aggressive? Yeah. I wouldn't have thought. We've focused on our competitive spirit, so whether that's flowed into games, it'd be nice to say yes, but it's hard to get a gauge on that.
In general, this season?
It's a tough one to answer. We've had our pre-season's been tough with a lot of competitive stuff involved in that, and maybe we are seeing that starting to flow into games now.
What did you feel? I mean, Phil sort of spoke about after quarter time that he was pleased with the toughness of the group lifted. You're a player that thrives on the inside. Did you sort of feel the intensity lift, or what sort of things you looked out for? Yeah, we needed to, because at quarter time we were down in a few areas. I thought right across the day our tackling was good. I think we ended up having over 100 tackles for the day, which is an outstanding effort. Couldn't tell you the last time as a team we had that many tackles, but a number of other areas where we pride ourselves, we were down a little bit in the first quarter, and after that we did get on top in those areas, which was nice. With the conditions, obviously it was very heavy. Everyone's going to be pretty sore after a game like that, but Given the sort of delayed start that you've had, are there any things sort of that you're looking, any signs you're looking out for this year as to how you're travelling, or sort of, you know, towards you later in the year?
Yeah, well, up until I hurt my hamstring going back a few weeks now, the body was feeling quite good. A lot's been made. I'm sick of hearing the term veteran, to be honest. But I guess that's out of my control. But there's no doubt I'll have sit-downs with Phil throughout the year and talk about how I'm feeling and where the body's at from week to week.
I mean, your form in the sample before you came back, and then your form on the weekend suggests you're nowhere near ready to think about hanging up.
That hasn't entered my mind, so...
Seems like you had a pretty honest conversation though. Scotty Camperelli was still on AA yesterday, said that you and Phil and him had sat down at the start here and said, look, this is where you're at, this is what you have to do.
Yeah.
Did you appreciate that, and you're comfortable with where you're at?
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to be able to sit down with the midfield coach and the senior coach of the club and have direct conversation, know exactly where you stand, what you need to do from week to week to have yourself up and right to play, letting them know where my body's at, and just going from there. But it's always nice to have upfront conversations.
Do you expect to be able to play every game for the season from here on, or do you think you need to have a rest at some stage?
Yeah, it's one I'm not too sure, to be honest. I'd like to say yes, but the game's definitely getting harder and harder, and it's getting faster. So after a number of years in the system, you can get tired at times throughout the season. So whether I do have a week off here or there, we'll play it by ear as we go.